Hey, Pete here for Studio Live today. Now, the guitar touch instrument here in GarageBand in iOS is very cool, but if you've used it for more than a couple of tracks, you're going to get pretty sick of those four guitar sounds. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can use the amp simulators here in GarageBand with the touch guitar to create some very cool, very different, very unique guitar sounds. So, let's go. Okay, so what are we talking about? We're talking about using the guitar touch instrument. So we'll go into the guitar instrument, and if you've used this very much, you'll be aware that we've got the acoustic, the classic clean, we've got the hard rock, and we've got the roots rock. We're going to throw the classic clean on here for now, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to record 8 bars of some basic power chords here with the clean sound, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of magic here in GarageBand. I'm going to show you how we can use the merge tracks function to send this guitar performance over to an amp simulator track to get whatever sound we want. We can dial in whatever sound we want on the amp. So let's record our track first, and then we'll dive in and do that. Okay, so there we go. We've got our very basic guitar track here, and if we hit play, it's going to sound a bit like this. So not terrible, it's a guitar sound, but it's a little bit 1990s MIDI guitar in my view. So we want to step this guitar up a bit. So to do that, what we're first going to do is tap on the track here, and we're going to duplicate that guitar track. We're then going to tap the performance, we're going to tap again and copy, and then move our playhead to the start here, tap again and hit paste. Now the reason we've done this is we've just got a backup copy, so I'm going to put that on mute, and that's our backup in case we don't like what we do here, because when we convert this using the merge function, it's going to become an audio file, and we can't then edit the notes or do many changes once it's an audio file. So now that we have our track, we're going to merge it into an audio file. We're going to tap on the track, and we're going to hit the merge button here. Now you can see here we can select this track and hit merge. We're just merging this one track, and some magic will happen. That track is turned into an audio file. And you can see why we did the backup, because we've lost that track. It's merged into this audio file. So nothing major here yet, but the next part is what is super cool. Let us now hit the plus, and we're now going to add an amp simulator track. We're going to go to amp, and we're going to hit on that. Now, the amp simulators are usually used for when you plug your guitar in or your bass in, and then you can actually play your track. But we're going to actually move the audio from our virtual guitar over to this track now. So let's first select what sort of sound we want. In fact, we've got the fuzz overload on there, which is one that I actually really like. So in the distorted here, so we've got clean, crunchy, distorted, processed. We're going to go distorted. In fact, let's go the power chord to start with, and there we go. We've got our stadium stack with our power chord settings here in our tone. So now we can go back to our track. And from here, what we can actually do is tap on our track, tap again, hit copy, and now tap on our new track, tap again and hit paste. And now what I'm going to do is mute this audio track, because that's just our original track. And now I've got my virtual guitar sound as an audio file on this particular amp track. I'm going to turn it down a little bit because it's going to start coming out a bit loud, and let's play back and hear what our virtual guitar sounds like now through this amp tone. There you go, pretty darn awesome. So what we've done here is we've taken a virtual touch instrument guitar, we've converted it using the merge function to an audio track, and then we've thrown it into an amp track. So we now have complete control, and it doesn't end there. We can now go into our amp and we can tweak any of the amp settings. So here in the amplifier, we can change the presence, we can change the output, we can play around with different tremolo and reverb effects here, we can adjust the EQ, add bass, add treble, and the overall gain. So we've got complete control over the sound we have here, and the good news is that any sound, whether it's virtual instrument or recorded audio, you can actually use this same process to move it to a guitar amp track. This is great for people running older versions of GarageBand, say 2.1, on older devices. It means you can use this as a makeshift plug-in EQ kind of way. So if you've got even your vocals and you want to put some EQ or you want to do some different effects and things, you can try throwing them on here and you get some good sounds. But that's not all. I'm going to sound like one of those TV infomercials here. We've also got our stomp boxes. So if we tap in the top right here, we can go to our pedals. At the moment, we've got the compressor and the drive on here. But if we tap on this empty space, we can now add other effects as well. So let's go a bit crazy here. Let's throw the robo flanger on here. I like this one. And let's go one more. Let's put that fuzz machine on here. So this sound is now going through our amp. It's got these 4 different pedals on there. Let's have a listen and see what it sounds like now. Okay, that sounds kind of cool. I reckon that's the start of a bit of a track here. This might be a new song that I'm going to create. And if you thought that was all, we've got one more thing to show you here as well. So what I'm going to do first of all is go in and let's just turn this back into a clean sound. We'll just go with the Chrome clean and let's have a listen to that. Okay, so it sounds a little bit similar to what it was originally. We can play around with that. But we not only have the ability to use the amp sims, we don't only have the stomp boxes, we can also use AU, audio unit plugins on here. So if we tap on our mixer icon and we go to our plugins and EQ and hit edit, what we can now do is actually, if we remove the track reverb that we have there, we can now add in an additional AU plugin. So if we go to audio unit extensions, we can, if you've got Amplitude or Tone Bridge or Bias or any of the standalone apps that are guitar amp sims, you can now use these. So I've just got the free version of Tone Bridge here, so I'm going to tap on that, and what you can see here is the little Tone Bridge icon is there now. If I tap on that, it'll come in here, and this is the Future Real Iron Maiden plugin that I have, which is the free version you get, the version you get with the free version of Tone Bridge. So I'm going to turn the volume down on this one because I happen to know this particular pedal kind of packs a punch. And now let's play through this amp, but with this third-party plugin pedal. And there you go, probably not the sound I would go for, but you can see here that you can quickly start layering up different amplifier sounds, different pedal sounds, and even third-party plug-in sounds, and you can get yourself a really cool sound with all of these different tones that we have here in GarageBand. And once you start using multiple guitars, layering your tracks and putting it in your mix, I can assure you it's a way to make those fairly dull and lifeless virtual touch guitars into something much more cool. So I hope you found this useful. I need to give a shout out. This isn't my original idea. I've pieced this together from different comments that I've had from other subscribers on my YouTube videos. So a lot of people, especially before the update with the plugins and EQ, used this to put any other sorts of tracks they wanted to through the guitar amp. And now, even with the latest updates, it's a great way to throw any of your old MIDI tracks or your virtual instrument tracks into a guitar amp, turn them into an audio file, and be able to have complete control over the output sound. Again, hope you found this useful. If you've got any comments, questions, or suggestions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.